And if you want to have a little tip, I always back Dave Chisnall. I would always back him to hit more 180s than his opponent. He does it all the time. Whenever I work for people and do blogs, always tip that in the VIP rooms because he does it. He hits so many 180s. Not much of a flaw in any of these games, but if there is a minor flaw in Chisnall's game, it would be just he misses doubles at crucial times, and he can't do that against Barney. Barney has come here. I think he's got the hump a little bit, Barney, that he's had to go through the qualifiers, so perhaps he's out to prove something. Either way, we win because he plays good.
And that was because he didn't have enough points on the European Tour Order of Merit.
Yes, I mean...
Just through not competing in enough of these European Tour events to make up the points.
Well, the Pro Tours he didn't compete in enough. We've always taken the Pro Tour rankings for the Euros event the whole of last year. Why would we change it to the world rankings? No, it weren't going to happen. And because he ducked out of a few last year to have a rest, have a holiday, whatever it was, he didn't make the top 16 of the Pro Tour Order of Merit, as Phil Taylor didn't. James Wade didn't. That's just the way it is.
Well, we're having an epic battle at the start here just to see who throws first, but it is Chizzy, the man from St Helens in Northern England, who has eventually won the nearest the ball to throw first here.
Just going back to the seedings and that, Mike, what also happens is when these big players don't go in them, don't play enough, so they have to go to the qualifiers, and when they get through the qualifier, of course, then they draw a seed. And that's why, in the first round proper, you're getting these matchups where normally they wouldn't meet each other till the quarter-final.
And the winner of this one will play Adrian Lewis or Joey Polframan. Those two meet each other this evening for a place in tomorrow's third round. Well, it's certainly got the crowd going. Chizzy's choice of walk-on music. Maybe a good idea when in Germany to pick a German song. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Certainly got the crowd on his side.
He hasn't got a clue what they're singing, but they are on his side. No, I'm sure his manager Roger would have said, you know what, you need to get all the help you can, because Barney, wherever he goes, always has a great reception. He's loved everywhere. And Chisnall's done it right. Another little bit of, thinking outside of the box. As Barneveld hits the first maximum of the game and puts himself back in the leg, but still advantage goes to Chisnall.
So Barney with a chance for an early break of throw, if he can take out 101 here. Double 16. So double 9 now for Chisnall.
And we did mention that there was a minor flaw in Chisnall's game, and that is missing doubles and letting in his opponent. And he's certainly let in Barneveld here. And Barneveld's taking full advantage of the gift. 2 clear darts and a double for Chisnall. And now Barney steps up to hold his throw.
And now Barney's fans are getting behind him. Really have turned it up a notch here in Halle 39, this former aircraft hangar. Great auditorium. And I'm sure it will be just as noisy, if not more so, this evening, with the likes of Michael van Gerwen, Adrian Lewis, Peter Wright, he will liven them up with his walk-on.
Chisnall needs to find this scoring power that he possesses, and he needs to find it very quickly. Barney's given him chances, and it's very frustrating when you're playing someone that you know is as good as Barney, and when they're not hitting it, you just want to, right, now's the time. And when you don't do it, you get a bit frustrated, and this is exactly what's happening with Chisnall at the moment. Getting frustrated that he can't find the rhythm, can't find the treble 20.
Great start to this 140 out shot. We'll set it up to come back for double top. Barney having reached the semis at the Premier League, the UK Open and the Masters last year. As Chizzy bangs in his first maximum. But double top for Barney for a 2-0 lead. And that ton 80 was too little too late in that leg for Chizzy.
Chizzy, another one of the players that has what we call a bit of a snatch in his throw, just pulls the head back on occasions, you see it then, and it decreases the speed of the arm, so it will always be a low dart. But he's such a prolific scorer that it doesn't affect him. He possibly doesn't even know it happens, so it doesn't worry him.
And how much coaching is there goes on these days, and watching back of videos of matches for players to look at their techniques, especially if things aren't going right for them.
I don't think there's hardly any coaching that goes on. I think that I have to say that and possibly I was one of when you're a dart player, you're a little bit ignorant. That when things are wrong, you don't think there's a lot wrong. You think it's just you're gonna turn up today and it's all gonna be right. Well, that doesn't happen, because if it happened, I'd still be playing, Eric Bristow would still be happening, Dennis Priestley would still be in the game. So, you know, things do happen. And I think as the game moves on, like in any top professional sport, you will end up having coaches, and you will have to sort these little flaws out in your game. Chisnall gets back into this game at 2-1. I mean, a golfer, I go back to Nick Faldo, changed his swing completely when David Ledbetter come on board, and everyone's going, hang on a minute, one of the best players in the world changes his swing, goes on and wins another 2 British Opens and 2 Masters.
Yeah.
So, you know, we see Matt Padgett yesterday has copied exactly the way Phil Taylor throws darts. That's not a stupid thing to do when you think about it. So, coaches and psychologists, yes, we'll see them, you know, start to come in the game more and more as the years go on.
So Barney with a 130 to give his fans something more to cheer. 70 left. But he will have some time to come back and mop up for a 3-1 lead. Chizzy will be looking to put some pressure on it, but not doing so at the moment. So double 16 then for Barney for 3-1 here.
Chisnall had a magnificent, well, he's had a great couple of years. But last year he was really consistent right up until that final of the Grand Prix. I mean, he'd done brilliantly to, get to the final of a double in let alone double out competition,
Yes.
especially for Chizzy. I think he got wounded in that final, and I think there's still a couple of scars. He's got a bit of scar tissue still hanging around from it. Just needs to, come into 2014 with a fresh mind and get a win under his belt as soon as possible to forget about it.
Yes, he's not the first player, and I'm sure he won't be the last to have been scarred by Phil Taylor in a major final. As Ross Bray calls a second 1080 for Barney in this match.
Well, that's the let up that Chisnall wanted to see. Third dart's got to go at them treble 18s. So that's just a little slip that he's got to tighten up on. Barney knows that Chisnall may only have one dart at a double. Well, Barney may take this out. Well, the 18s is the route for Chisnall here. The treble 18 will leave him double 12. And if he hits the 18, doesn't want to put the second dart, doesn't want to put this too high. That's okay, moves over to the left, open target for Chisnall.
Well, a let off for Barney, double 8 for a 4-1 lead here. And when you give chances to a player of the calibre of Raymond van Barneveld, he will take them.
Yeah, he's looked fairly mean, hasn't he, Barneveld? Just under a 97 average, 50% on doubles, brilliant on doubles, so perhaps we ought to annoy Barney more often. Perhaps we'll see the best of him all the time.
And again, in some ways, it could have helped. He was here on Thursday night playing Gino Voss of the Netherlands and the Croatian player Dragutin Horvath. And then having to play yesterday afternoon in the first round, so he's already played 3 matches on this stage this weekend to get to this stage, so he's already warmed up, you could say. Maybe that's giving him the advantage here as he looks to bang in another maximum, his third of the match.
I think you're exactly right, Mike. Every single dart player will tell you they don't like playing a player that's already played a match on that stage in front of the crowd. It's a definite advantage to Barney that he's played up there last night. Chisnall's coming cold, and we've got a 4-1 lead to the big fella.
Well, Bull and the single 20 leaving Barney with double 16, but with Chisnall not on the finish, he knew he would be back to try and hit it, which he does for a 5-1 lead, and now just 1 leg away from victory, the Dutchman, with Adrian Lewis or Joey Palfreyman awaiting in tomorrow's third round. Next up on stage, 2 former Lakeside World Champions. The Adonis, Steve Beaton, up against Jelle Klassen. And then the afternoon session ends with John Part, another legend of the game, up against one of the European qualifiers, Dick Van Dyke.
At the moment, Chizzy's been about 2 darts off of Raymond Barneveld on average in every leg. Just that extra dart, the scoring power that he's been missing has not given him that extra dart at a double. And that certainly was cost him. Barney not missed anything, been a really comfortable, good, high performance from Barneveld.
So a 2-dart finish awaits Dave Chisnall to try and reduce the arrears and stay in this match, with Barney needing just one more leg. Double 18, and that's a great marker right on the wire, and yes, back to 5-2 then.
Chizzy needs to find a couple of maximums somewhere in this leg. He feels that Barney's not going to use any more than 15 darts to close this match out.
And a disappointing visit from Chisnall. Well, an unfortunate bounce out from Barneveld. So not as much damage done as could have been by Barney, but you'd still make him favourite here. That just keeps a bit of pressure on. That's a great first dart from the Dutchman.
Well, he's left a straight 100 as Barneveld. Chisnall really hasn't been at the top of his game here today in Germany. So Barneveld, a nice big fat treble 20, now even a bigger fat double top. Well, that's unlucky, that's right on the wire. Can he find it with this dart? He does, he squeezes it in the left-hand side of the double top. A good high performance from Raymond van Barneveld, the big Dutchman.
Der Titelverteidiger ist raus. Raymond van Barneveld setzt sich mit 6:2 gegen Dave Chisnall durch.
Otherwise you'll miss legs and plenty of darts. Lily Klassen takes on Steve Beaton, two former world champions. That'll be coming up very shortly.
Raymond van Barneveld, der hier durch